Hi friends, I welcome you all at RBI Grade B. As you know that we are covering this multiple choice questions from government schemes, and we have already covered one ministry, that is Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises, and we have already covered Ministry of Education Part 1. We have covered 5 questions. What we are doing in this series, we are discussing a question, and after discussing the question we are seeing the explanation, and I am giving the broad explanation of this question. So let's start with this first question. This first question is first question of this series, and we have already covered question 1 to 5 in our previous part. Which of the following statement is not true regarding the Padhna Likhna Abhiyan, and this is known as scheme of adult education also, right? So your options are: it is implemented by Department of Higher Education. The principal target of the program is to impart functional literacy and numeracy to 57 lakh non-literate and non-numerate adults. And the focus of the program shall be on the basic literacy component in 4-month cycle. D. The priority will be given to the district with the female literacy rate less than 60%. So you have to identify that which statement is not true, right? First of all friends, its answer will be A. Why? Because it is implemented by the Department of Higher Education, not by Department of Higher Education. It is implemented by the Department of School Education and Literacy under the Ministry of Resource and Development. It is known as Ministry of Education. Then it is known as the Ministry of Resource and Development. So there are 2 departments under this ministry. The one is this Department of Higher Education, and the second is Department of School Education and Literacy. Right? So these 2 departments. So let's see some important point of this scheme or this Abhiyan. This Padhna Likhna Abhiyan is also known as adult education, and it was launched in the period of post-COVID. So it is a new scheme, and it has been approved by the Honorable HRM as a centrally sponsored scheme with a financial outlay of 2 to 4.95 crore. And the share of central is 148.74 crore, and the rest, that is 76.21, is this is a share of the state government. The principal target of the program is to impart functional literacy and numeracy to 57 lakh non-literate and non-numerate adults, which are 50 years and above age group. The main target is 57 lakh, but they are saying that these 57 lakh non-literate people mostly comprises of the women's, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, minorities, and the other disadvantaged group. They are also focusing the district which has female literacy rates less than 60% as per the latest census, that is 2011. There are some key features of this scheme. I will tell you. Actually, this program is for the basic literacy component, for foundation and numeracy literacy, and it will be used for 4-month cycle, and priority will be given for aspirational district, that is 117 in number. It will cover rural and urban both area. State and UT will distribute the target to the district, and the main focus is for women, SC, ST, minority and disadvantaged people and aspirational district. What types of methodology they are doing? They are doing a flexible approach and innovative methodology, such as involving schools and college students and other volunteers of NCC, NSS, NYKS for imparting the basic literacy. For example, in this district, the women are gathering at a place So any NCC candidate and from this organization and from this NYKS and the other volunteer can literate these people. They will give them a foundation, they will give the foundation and numeracy literacy to the women. Under this, they will set a project approval board and at national level, and it will approve an annual plan to state and UTs. Secretary of Education will head this board and it will make annual plans according to the district and the portal developed by the NIC. This is a big abhiyan, so it cannot be handled by a single ministry. So whatever project related to this education or Padhna Likhna Abhiyan, they can converge this project with various ministries like rural, Manerga for example. If a person is working in Manerga and after completing its work, he want to learn something, he want to read something, so he can join this Padhna Likhna Abhiyan at their place. Ministry of Skill Development, Culture, Information Technology, Finance, Sports and Youth Welfare, these all can converge with this Padhna Likhna Abhiyan. And formation and involvement of self-help group, this is very important. Voluntarily, user groups and other community-based organizations can also be encouraged. And this National Institute of Open Schooling for Adult Learner will assess the basic literacy amongst the people in thrice in a year. For example, if any woman, any people of a particular area has been learned according to this program, so this NIOS, that is National Institute of Open Schooling, will assess the basic literacy assessment of these people, and it will assess thrice in a year. It will give his assessment, it will do assessment thrice in a year. Now our next question is, which of the following scheme is related to provide an enabling regulatory architecture public and private higher educational institution to emerge as a world-class teaching and research institute? So your options are GIAN, IOE, Spark or Imprint. I am talking about it is the scheme related to providing an enabling regulatory architecture public and private higher education institution. So first of all friends, this answer will be B, that is IOE, and it is known as the Institutions of Eminence scheme. So let's see some important point of this scheme. It was launched in 2016 and its main aim is to enabling a regulatory architecture to 10 public and private higher education institutions to emerge as a world-class teaching and research institution. Under this, what government is doing? If any school is selected for this scheme, that is known as Institution of Eminence, then government will give a 1000 crore or 50 to 75% of the requirement project in perspective and detailed plan submitted by the institution, or whichever is less, either 1000 crore or 50 to 75% of the project cost to each institution for the for a span of 5 years from the financial year declaration of Institute of I. How this institute is selected for Institution of Eminence? Actually, it is selected by a empowered expert committee. It is constituted by the University Grant Commission and it was instructed to conduct the appraisal of application for shortlisting. For example, if you are thinking that how these institutions are selected, and if you will see, there are various criteria on the basis of some institutions of higher education can be selected for getting benefit of this scheme. Like they can select it on the basis of the global national ranking. Public institutions can be selected or assessed on the basis of QS 2020 world ranking. Private institution can be selected on the basis of the national institutional ranking framework. And if any school that is greenfield in nature, so it can also be selected but government has given 3 years of time for starting operation of this school. Right. Now we come to the main point that what is the importance of this IOE. Actually, if any school or any higher education school is selected for this scheme, that is, if you will see, they are selecting 10 institutes from government and 10 institutes from private, and they are giving 1000 crores of rupees. And if any school is selected for this scheme, they give, or the government will provide some higher autonomy to those types of institute or institute which is selected under this scheme, like freedom of deciding fees, freedom of course of duration, governing structure of their school. So these types of autonomy can be found if any school or institution is selected for this IOE. And the grant, you know that the public institution under IOE tag will receive a government grant of 1000 crore. It is a big amount, and they are giving this amount for 5 years. So with this 1000 crore, they can develop their infrastructure up to and they can make their institution at par with the institution which are working at global level. Right. So these are the benefits of this scheme. Now the third question for today, consider a statement for the Nipun Bharat scheme. It is implemented by the Department of School Education and Literacy, and its main aim is to achieve a universal foundation literacy and numeracy in primary classes by 2025 and 26. So you have to identify that which of the statement is not true. Your options are only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, or none of the above is true. First of all, its answer will be B, that is only 2. It means this statement is not true. This is the wrong statement. Now explanation, it was launched in 5th of July 2021. It is implemented by the Department of School Education and Literacy. It is a department under the Ministry of Education, MoE, and its main aim is to achieve a universal foundational literacy and numeracy in primary classes. Its main aim is this, and its main target is to complete its set objective by private and government aided school by 2026 and 27. It is not 2025 and 26. It is 2026 and 27. Now, very important, what is the full form of this Nipun? It is National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy, is known as Nipun Bharat. Some of the key features of this scheme, it is launched under the Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan. It is a very broad or comprehensive scheme, and this scheme has some various component and various sub schemes works under the Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan, and this Nipun Bharat is also the part of this Samagra Shiksha. The mission and guidelines for this Nipun Bharat has been given to the state and UTs to achieve the goal of proficiency in foundational literacy and numeracy for every child by grade 3. It is known as the primary, up to primary classes. And the detailed guidelines for each mission have been developed, which include the codification of the development goal and learning outcome for the age of 3 to 9 years, and the Lakshya target for the foundation literacy and numeracy starting from Bal Vatika to grade 3rd. It means if a child is completing his grade 3rd, then he should have a knowledge of foundation and basic numeracy. Right. This is the target of this Nipun Bharat, and it should be completed by 2026 and 27. Now we can say that there are two major areas for assessment of this foundation learning. This is school-based assessment, and this is the large-scale assessment, standardized assessment. Under this school-based assessment, this qualitative observation based on performance of the child in multitude of experience and activities, various tools and techniques like anecdotal records, checklists, portfolio and interaction through a holistic 3-degree assessment with the teacher, peers, family, friends have been recommended to use for the assessment. So we can say that the teacher at the foundational stage need to be observe children as the play work on their task, perform or interact among themselves to assess the children's interest and learning. Under this large scale standardized assessment, the process of functioning of the educational system such as NAS, SAS and third party assessment, the assessment of tools commonly used in conducting large scale assessment studies are multiple choice questions and constructed response are usually avoided to bring in objectivity in the process. We can say that if you know that this is a national achievement survey, and this survey can also be used as a large scale standardized assessment for assessing this Nipun Bharat program. Now the fourth question for today: which of the program is launched to enable the effective educational across engineering college in India on embedded system on robotics? It's a very important question. So first of all, your options are Samarth, Yantra, Swayamprabha or FOSSE. Answer will be B, that is E-Yantra. And if you want to know about this program E-Yantra is a robotic outreach program funded by the Ministry of Education and it is implemented by the IIT Mumbai. And the goal of the program is to harness the talent of young engineers to solve the problems using technology and across a variety of domains such as agriculture, manufacturing, defense, home smart cities, maintenance and service industry. So to enable, its main aim is to enable the effective education across the engineering college in India, an embedded system in robotics, and it is implemented by the IIT Mumbai. So E-Yantra is the right answer for this question. And the last question for today: which of the following is not true regarding the school nutrition kitchen garden? Your options are the school to maintain a garden and a grow plant that would supplement the nutritional requirement of the food. The school will be establish a eco club for this nutrition kitchen garden. Eco club will be headed by the principal or head of the school, and the garden will be for gaining knowledge only. So first of all, its answer will be D, that is garden will be for gaining knowledge only is not the right answer. The garden is used for knowledge as well as for the nutrition value. I mean to say, whatever they are growing in their garden, either in the form of vegetable or fruits, they can use this vegetable or fruit to supplement this midday meal scheme. Right. So there are some features. For example, this school garden is the idea behind this is for school to maintain a garden and to grow plants that would supplement the nutritional requirement of the food being served as a part of the midday meal scheme. Now this is known as the PM portion. This midday meal scheme has been renamed as the PM Motion Abhiyan, and objective of this school nutrition garden is to help and address malnutrition and micronutrition deficiency of the consumption of freshly grown vegetable. For example, in any school, they are growing some vegetable and fruit in their garden. So they are knowing how to grow vegetable and fruits, what are their nutrition value. They are gaining knowledge as well as they can use this vegetable for cooking as a part of for food as a part of their midday meal scheme. It will give the children first-hand experience for nature and gardening, and it will also enhance the knowledge of children regarding nutritional aspect of the vegetable and harmful effects. Now what about this eco club? This eco club will be established and it is headed by the principal, headmaster or head teacher, and preferably 2 teachers per school. 1 class in charge will assist in carrying out the activities. All the student, teacher and parents of the children may be member of the eco clubs. The student coordinator in each class may encourage the participation of the student. The head of the eco club shall be responsible for execution of the activities of the club with the help of the another teacher. Plantation activities may be carried out under the eco activities. The principal or head teacher may be the team leader of the establishment of maintenance of the school and school kitchen garden at the school level with the help of the student and SMC member. And this is important. Government has launched a flexi fund component for innovative intervention under the midday meal scheme, and this flexi fund component is used for purchasing seed, equipment, compost, etc. on sharing basis between center and state duties, and this amount is 5,000 per school. So this flexi fund, which is used for midday meal scheme, is can be used for funding this scheme that is known as the school nutrition kitchen garden. So friends, this was all from my side. These are our star performer which have performed in RBI Grade B 2020 exams. We are offering a video course at ₹2499, and we are also offering RBI Grade B plus SEBIGRADEA course at ₹3499. You can visit our website, that is www.crackgradeb.com for more. And we are also giving RBI Grade B course. We are at ₹2499, and we are covering all these topics in our course. For more update, you can visit our website, that is www.crackgradeb.com. So friends, thank you and happy learning. पढ़ते रहिए, मेहनत करते रहिए.